Hmm. Oh wow. I never noticed that artwork over there. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about how we want to build our story.
Think about why
It's
you
a
made
simple
that choice.
choice. Usually the
It's gonna be
first
because
thing
always
they want to
keep
know is why you're
consistency
sitting in that chair
always
is another
step.
essential
So
part.
do
Everything you
everything
can
you
to
can.
quantitative.
Did we actually do
I'm
research,
sure what
or
we did
just
was more
someone
impressive
told
than
you?
that. So we need to say that better. Welcome to Peer to Peer. Today we have another round of success stories from the month to highlight. These peers have gone through the interview process and successfully landed an offer, and have advice on how you also can secure an offer. So let's get into it. This first one comes from Tiara, who secured an offer in the tech industry. Her process went like this. She actually applied the summer before, but got put in the archives. Then the following year, a recruiter reached out to her. She did a first round phone interview, second round phone interview, and then got the offer. This is a perfect example of how if you truly want an opportunity, you should never give up on it just because it takes a while. Kudos. Some advice she would give to other peers is simply to be yourself. There are companies who truly appreciate your personality, so let it show. Absolutely, being yourself is the only way to go if you really want to be successful and happy. Thank you, Tiara. This next one comes from Brianna, who secured an offer in finance. She says the interview process, and I quote, was the most stressful time of my life, but I learned so much about myself. It definitely is a learning experience, and that's something to keep in mind. For many of you, this is the first time you truly have to sell yourself. We're not used to talking about how great we are, but figuring this out will lead to many opportunities ahead. She says looking back, she would have done more of this. Networking is incredibly important, and I'll probably make a video about it because it needs to be talked about more. We talked about it a little bit in our earlier video about applying for positions, but to me it's not just the best way, it's oftentimes the only way. Thank you, Brianna, and congratulations on your success. This next one comes from Chris, who got an offer in business. His interview process was a first round phone interview which was totally behavioral, followed by an in-person interview which was a mix of both behavioral and technical questions, then an offer. This is a more popular structure for interviews, and I'm glad he was able to navigate through it. He says the hardest question he got in his interview was, tell me about a time where you had to present bad news to senior management. That's an interesting one. Now he says it requires you to think about framing your answer in a certain way, and I couldn't agree more. This is one of those questions where you may need to take a sip of water first and think before you answer. Chris says one thing he would have done differently is to ask more practical questions for the interviewer. That is huge, and for those of you watching the video who are kind of wondering about this topic, head over to my pyramid video after this. A big thank you to those who have shared their stories. If you have a success story, take our survey and tell us about it, and you could be featured in an upcoming video. Follow the link in the description below. Lastly, let's close with the topic. Leave a comment below and say what makes you nervous about going into an interview. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the like button below, follow us on social media, and subscribe to our channel to keep up with our videos and get more great interview content. For the people, peace.